PWD, also known as Project Wargamas Digital, is an initiative by ASEAN Digital Literacy Program Youth Advisory Group from Malaysia. The objective of this project is to promote digital literacy and online trades awareness among the senior citizens in Malaysia. Past research has shown that older people are more vulnerable to misinformation, and those aged 65 and above were more likely to share misinformation on social media. This is a growing issue for Malaysia as our country is becoming an aging nation by 2030. To tackle this issue, the team has implemented the project in 4 phases. In the first phase, a systematic research and survey have been conducted in March 2023 to understand the current digital preference and literacy level among the senior citizens in Malaysia. As of April 2023, our results have shown that the mobile phone is the top device used by the seniors in accessing online information, with social media as the top news source, including WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube for everyday usage. Among the 15 questions on digital literacy, the top 3 misinformations are: firstly, most respondents were unaware that deleted information placed on social media might still be seen, as there was a possibility that someone has already taken a screenshot or copied the information elsewhere before it was deleted. Secondly, the companies are able to know what YouTube videos you are watching, as YouTube uses website cookies and other tracking technologies to collect information about your activity on the site. Last but not least, most respondents actually believe that Malaysia is going bankrupt soon due to the high national debt, which has been claimed to be a fake news by the Ministry of Finance on their Sebenarnya platform. Based on these research findings, the team has identified 3 topics related to digital literacy to be shared. The first topic is: what is digital literacy? Digital literacy is formally defined as one's ability to use IT and digital technology to find, evaluate, create, and communicate information. In layman's terms, digital literacy simply refers to one's digital skill in accessing information online. Technology has dramatically shifted the way we share and communicate information. From the most conventional word of mouth, books, magazines, and newspapers, to radio, television, and nowadays, the internet. We are now able to share and communicate more information in real time via the internet. Consequently, this has also led to new challenges such as misinformation and disinformation. Before exploring misinformation and disinformation, let's reflect on the following question. How many hours do you spend online each day? Looking at this image that you see online, how do you know if this information is real or not? As the survey result shows that social media is the top news source, does that mean that we should believe everything we see on social media? In other words, should you believe things that you see online? This series of questions have shown that despite the convenience and efficiency brought by online information sharing, it has also introduced new challenges where people are manipulating online content to mislead or even scam one another. As shown in this slide, even the bank transfer receipt that you have received may be edited, and the most secure way to confirm if you have received a fund transfer is to log in your account and check the actual balance either through the official bank website or the ATM machine. Before believing or sharing information online, you should also ask yourself, who is the creator? For example, if you come across an online news, is it created by a journalist or an influencer? Journalist refers to trained professionals who need to know and report on the truth based on facts with stringent verification process. Whereas an influencer is someone who has significant number of followers online, hence giving him or her the power to influence the followers. It is important to know the difference between facts, which is a statement that can be proven to be true through evidence, and opinion, which is usually expressed as a belief or subjective statement that are debatable. As a digitally literate person, you should always ask yourself, who is the creator of the information? Is it from the journalist or influencer? Based on the creator, you can then ask yourself, is this information a fact or an opinion? By asking these questions, you can identify misinformations and disinformations effectively. After understanding what is digital literacy, the second topic is, why is it important? Well, digital literacy is important because of the prevalence of online threats and scams nowadays. Online threats can come in many ways in the digital space. There are many reasons why people are creating disinformation that cause harm. They may want to earn profit through online scam, or destroy their opponent's reputation via red tagging, or even cause public confusion to win political power during election campaigns. Unfortunately, due to the increasing number of users online and the huge amount of time spent online, misinformation and disinformations are getting very powerful on social media and instant messaging. In just a few seconds and click, fake news can spread to thousands or even millions of users that some companies actually provide such services to gain profit. The sharing of fake news usually started in small, trusted networks, like family or friends. When someone sees false information, they either believe it or find it shocking. Then they will send to the others, and those who trust the sender will start sharing it. This will lead to a vicious circulation of fake news. Once the post has gone viral, it would be almost impossible to delete it completely from the online world. By definition, misinformation refers to spreading of false information by mistake, whereas disinformation refers to the deliberate act of spreading false information on purpose. The main difference between these two is the intention to cause harm. Disinformation is created on purpose to cause harm. In general, there are several types of mis and disinformation which we should be aware of. Firstly, the false connection online which aim to mislead the audience to a different website with misleading information or title. Secondly, there are people who created false information by exaggerating a real situation for satire purposes. However, such information may still harm the others because it is just a rumor instead of actual information. Thirdly, people may use image or name of the others, especially the important people, to create imposter content with high credibility. Hence, we should always verify the sources to avoid believing imposter content. Fourthly, there are increasing occurrence of manipulated content due to the advanced editing tools, especially on images and videos. For example, you can easily Photoshop an image to create manipulated content as shown in this slide, where a Malaysian flag is edited on the picture of the moon. Fifthly, false content can be created from real content by out-of-context presentation. For example, some people may only take a small part of the original video without showing the full story to mislead the others using the out-of-context representation. Apart from manipulating existing real information, there are also instances where the content is 100% fabricated. For example, this content on MH370 being found is entirely made up since it is totally not true. Last but not least, there are also a lot of misleading content online nowadays by mixing different sources of information and reframe the content to reinforce certain beliefs that may cause harm to others. In summary, there are many types of disinformation online, and we can only expect that online harm will come in many other forms as a side effect of the advancement in digital technology. Therefore, it is important that we always reflect on our own online behaviors so that we will not become the victim of fake news or other online harms. For example, there are increasing types of online scams such as love scam, lottery scam, tax scam, phishing scam, or even job application scam, which we may receive anytime, anywhere from anyone. This leads us to the last topic. How can we protect ourselves from these harms? We can protect ourselves through good practices of digital literacy. In order to protect ourselves online, we need to first understand the people and motivations behind these informations. Once we are able to think critically, we can avoid this online threat through 4 simple steps. First, we should stop and pause before believing or sharing anything online. Second, we need to investigate the source. Third, we try to find better alternative source for verification. And last but not least, always trace the information back to the original context so that we are not misled by any possible manipulation. While using our digital devices to surf the information online, we should also use strong passwords and do not provide sensitive information to strangers. Do not click on strange-looking links. We should always update our devices, call the company or bank for verification if we receive suspicious text or email. In Malaysia, we can go to the website Semak Mail to verify the bank account before performing any transaction. And we can conduct fact check on the news by browsing the Sebenarnya platform. If we encounter online scams, we can call the national hotline 997 for help, or we can WhatsApp the CCID info line at 013-2111-222. That's all for the briefing sessions by Projek Wargamas Digital. For more information, please visit our website. Stay safe online and thank you everyone.